Hi everyone, it's Chris from ProfileBooth here again. We're doing another Boost Your Business profile. And this month of May, we have Jason Hill from Flex Branding as our Boost Your Business profile business of the month.
Good morning.
G'day Jason, how are you?
I'm well, Chris. How are you doing?
Yeah, good mate, good.
Good. Thanks for coming down to Flex HQ.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us.
You're
Good to see a variety of your merchandise and stuff here.
We do lots of interesting stuff, so
Yeah.
I've only got a little bit of it on display, but
Yeah, it'll be
Get
good
the
to
idea.
hear a bit more about that
Yep.
as we talk through. So what we do with these interviews is talk to a business owner and discuss what makes them tick, what helps them to get out of bed in the morning, and what is different about their business that helps them stand out from the crowd. So, Jace, tell us a little bit about Flex Branding and about your background, how you got here and what it is that Flex Branding does.
yeah, absolutely, Chris. Flex Branding is a promotional products, branded merchandise and custom apparel company. So we've been running for about 12 months. Previously to this, I was working for a big corporate, doing the same thing. I started up the promotional products category within the business. That turned from my dream job to a horror show pretty much overnight with a corporate merger. So I've always wanted to start my own company. So it turned out that I was able to start up Flex Branding and do it my way, which is I've enjoyed so far. It's been
Excellent.
a great ride.
What are some of the key things that you've done over the last 12 months to get you to the position that you're at now?
Work.
Yep.
Work a lot. So build new relationships. Obviously, with leaving my old company, I couldn't take a lot of clients over, so I had to pretty much start from scratch with it and go out there and build new relationships and establish myself as my own brand.
What would you say are some of the smart things that you've had to do, or some of the things that you've learnt running your own business? So you were working for a corporate entity prior to this.
Yeah.
So this is your first venture into business.
Yes.
Yep. And it's a big learning curve, isn't it? Particularly that first
Huge.
12 months, couple of years. So what are some of the key learnings that you've had?
Don't do it alone. So I started out bootstrapping the business, just trying to do absolutely everything myself, which was great to get it off the ground. However, if you really want to build the business, it's important that you surround yourself with a team.
Yep.
And a team that has the expertise that you need. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, you just have to be able to delegate to the smartest people in the room, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's a great thing to learn, and so early on in business.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us can get caught up in that year on year, trying to do everything, and then not learning that the best way to run a business is to take that step back.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're still going to be busy, you're still doing a lot of work in the business.
Yep.
But that whole thing that we all hear and talk about is working on the business, and the more people you can get involved in their field,
Yep.
then the more you can work on the business and continue to build it. So
Correct.
that's amazing that you've learnt that so quickly.
And especially early on, I found that I was getting bogged down in the little stuff that I necessarily didn't need to be handling myself.
Yep.
Things like writing copy or doing my bookkeeping.
Yep.
Whereas you can quite easily outsource that and double or triple your money by doing what you actually started the business to do, which is seeing people,
Yeah.
helping people.
And so Flex Branding, so you started that 12 months ago, as you've said.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of businesses out there that are doing merchandise
Mm-hmm.
for events and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
You do it a little bit differently. So tell us a little bit about how Flex Branding does things differently. What is it that makes Flex Branding stand out from other businesses out there?
Well, I had the decision when I started the business, do I want to be the same as the 2,500 other companies in the industry? Or do I want to step out and do things perhaps a little bit differently, create a little bit more value for my clients? So instead of being almost a retail store for cheap plastic crap, which a lot of promotional products are, let's be honest,
Yep.
they get sort of scraped into a bag at a trade show and thrown in the bin. We like to work purpose down, and that has a few key benefits. For our clients, we plug in as part of a team. So a lot of my big corporate clients that I work with, they have a graphic designer, they have someone to do SEO, but they don't have a promotional products person, and they generally need one. So we just plug straight into their team, and we really deal purpose down. It's almost like an agency rather than a retail store.
Yeah, okay.
So we look at the purpose,
Yep.
what the goods are needed for, and then we go about crafting a product to suit the need.
Right. So rather than being a cookie cutter, we have X, Y, Z products, choose one of these.
Correct.
It's more that you work with the client to see what their needs are.
Yep.
And to meet that need in a flexible way.
Correct.
I think I just guessed how you got the name. So that's well, there you go.
Correct. And we also have a sustainability component to it as well.
Yeah,
so
cool. I was going to ask about that.
there's lots and lots of plastic in the industry, as I just said, that just ends up in landfill, and we just try to not so much reinvent the way the industry is, just be a little bit more clever. Things like when we import goods, we don't necessarily recommend to have them individually polybagged.
Yep.
If you order in 2,000 stress balls from China, it can be quite often 2,000 individual plastic bags.
Yeah, wow.
So just doing little things like reducing that and trying to use recyclable and reused products where we can, and also high value products. Things that people aren't going to throw
They're
away.
actually going to keep and then use, which is beneficial obviously for that product and reducing the waste, but it's also for the client that they're branding on that piece of thing is not just going to get chucked away and go to landfill. It's actually going to be utilised and used.
Correct.
So have you got an example? I think you've got an example here of something that you've done which has been more sustainable.
Here's a couple. I met this client at a trade show. They had a bunch of stress balls on their stand for the trade show, and they weren't necessarily happy with and her lady's first comment was that they all come individually wrapped.
Yep.
So we had the opportunity to do a sales giveaway for them towards the end of last year, and they wanted to do a product that was sustainable, that was going to be used, and also showed off their high resolution imagery.
Yeah.
So we were able to create this bamboo cup in the time frame that we had available.
Yep.
So it's a sustainable product, and it was delivered in reusable packaging, or recyclable packaging, sorry. So
yeah, that's great.
yeah, so stepping away, just doing little things to step away from the plastic and away.
And it looks like a good quality, and it's quite weighty too. So it looks like a good quality because you do get coffee cups at a lot of shows, but bamboo is obviously a better quality and a recyclable, sustainable material, and it looks like a good quality one. So people are going to hold on to that and use them, and actually have them in their cars, have them in their office. So then the logo and the branding
sitting
is going
on
to be
their
there.
desk. Yeah, correct.
That's great.
Yep.
So it's really when people invest in that sort of stuff, it's a longer term view on things, isn't it? It's not just the short term. People will grab it, chuck it in their bag. Someone might see it for a couple of days, but that's it. So
and it will end up in the bottom of the kid's toy box, or or in the bin.
Yep.
So it can sometimes be a smaller investment, a little bit larger investment going in. However, the benefit you get out of it for your business and the environment is huge.
Get what you pay for.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, we're sort of slowly starting to come out of the COVID-19 crisis, being in May. So I know that you deal with a lot of events and conferences, and obviously that market, that industry, like a lot of industries, has been hit pretty hard. What sort of things have you done to pivot, to use a very worn-out word at this time, but what sort of things have you done in this time to help your business change and evolve to adapt to this time?
Well, as you mentioned, our business is largely based on events, trade shows and conferences, which are for the foreseeable future out. So we pretty much had to rethink the way that we did the business and the way that we dealt with our clients. A lot of the face-to-face interactions and corporate activations are not going on anymore at the moment either, and it won't be probably until the end of the year, I'd suggest, at this stage. So a lot of the products we've been doing are things like at-home care packages with hand sanitizers and masks that companies can do to still stay in touch with their staff and their clients, and deliver a really positive message as well, that hey, we're here, we're looking after you. And I mean, if you received a pack with a bunch of feel-good items at the moment. So the hand sanitizer, which was up until a few weeks ago incredibly difficult to get.
And you're putting and you're branding those as well, weren't you, for
yes.
your clients? So
yep.
they get a package with something that's useful, but also branded at the same time. And you're not
Correct.
shoving it in their faces, but it's something that's useful and helpful at this
Correct.
time.
Yep.
Like you say, it's a care package. So.
Yep. And the feedback was that they were getting the items, they were talking about it on their Zoom meetings with their
yep.
colleagues, and the message was very, very positive through it.
Yeah, that's good. Because I guess there can be misconstrued sometimes if you receive certain things, but I think the way that you do it is smart, and it's
yeah.
also you're thinking about the client, but also their clients or their customers. So it's not just a blazing sort of chucking something in people's face. It's something that's useful, something that's relevant. So that's really good.
By putting a bit of thought in it, I mean, you can send them out. You can send out 1,000 pens, but if everyone's already got 100 pens in their pocket, then it's probably not going to have the impact that you need.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So in your 12 months as a business owner,
mm-hmm.
I know it's a massive learning exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I think as business owners we're always learning.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the key things? What would be some of the key tips that you would give to people who are starting out in business or might be in their first year of business at the moment
mm-hmm.
that are struggling?
Yep.
What would you say to them? What sort of tips or advice could you give to people who are starting out in business?
If you're starting out in business at the moment, all the best. As soon as this thing hit, I remember a moment where I was sitting at my desk and I was just thinking, what am I going to do? That's it for us.
Yep.
But I think you can have about half a day of that and then you need to get back into it. So some of the things that I've been doing is just staying in touch with people, staying in touch with my colleagues, my customers, even if it's just for a chat. Keep nurturing those relationships now will help build later on, and always be asking what else and what next. So you can sit there and go, oh well, that's done, and then sit on the couch and watch Netflix all day, or you can have a bit of a think about what products can I adapt to work within this current environment. Yeah.
It's not about, you can never rest on your laurels, can you? Because then
correct.
You'll peter out and you won't grow, and we all know if you don't grow in business, then you die. So
correct. But it's easy enough to do at the moment if you think your business is dead.
Yep.
So you've just got to get out there and keep moving. Yeah.
So it's changing your mindset too, from not being to having a positive mindset, but also trying to innovate, isn't it?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
And just thinking what are people going to need to do, and what are they going to need on the other side of this.
Yep.
I think is the important thing at the moment, because it's going to, from all accounts, it's going to be a different landscape to 3 months ago. So just trying to get the crystal ball out and predict the future somewhat. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks very much, Jason. I really appreciate your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And really great hearing about your business. All the best with the next 6 months.
Thanks,
I know
Chris.
it's a difficult time at the moment.
Yeah.
How can people get in touch with you if they want to reach out for branded merchandise?
You can email me at jason@flexbranding.com.au. You can go to my website, flexbranding.com.au, or you can check out my Instagram, which is @flexbranding.
Thanks very much, Jason.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
No problem. Well, that's our business of the month, Boost Your Business Profile for May. So if you would like to be our Boost Your Business Profile Business of the Month in future, get in touch. Send us an email, chris@profilebooth.com.au, or put a comment in the chat section below. And we'll see you again next month.
See you later.